planetary transits and the daily moon cycle. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So know that whenever you find it is when you are meant to. And thank you in advance for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel and leaving messages for me in the comments to let me know if it resonates with you. And then the messages can align more energetically with that exchange of energy. If you find anything contained in today's message that resonates with you, please do hit the like button to let me know. You can learn more about me and the link to find a personal reading. You can go to my homepage. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy and being here to co-create this message with me today. Our gratitude message of the day is as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. John F. Kennedy, I would certainly say he embodies this Hierophant energy of the day. So, not only just speaking our truth, but living our truth and putting action steps towards whatever that truth is for us. So, we do have a life path. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much. We have a life path energy of 5 today. And that is the path of tradition having to do with the blue throat chakra. With today's date, April 10th, 2025. We have the day energy here of the Wheel of Fortune, all these fixed energies. When we add up the date, we get the number 23. So that could have to do with somebody that is 23 years old in your life. Maybe the 23rd of the month resonates for you in some kind of way. 23 years ago, in addition to that, was a 22 year. So we've been seeing that 22 energy, and that is the master architect, the master builder number. When we add those two digits together, we get the 4, the 4 corners of stability. We do have the sun in the 4 of wands energy that depicts that equal actions on both sides and one-to-one commitments, no matter who that is with, whether it's in our family, business, or love. It's also the first point in geometrically where we can also create a circle or a cycle. We can close cycles, open new ones. Now, the sister sign or sister card for the Hierophant, which is a Taurus energy ruled by Venus, is Temperance. And for me, that's always about finding the puzzle pieces to our own piece. We do have the Hierophant in a lot of decks that depict his peace be with you symbol. Luck, we got a little bit of luck here, and I just heard the song Afternoon Delight in my head. What is that? Sky rockets in flight, afternoon delight. Ooh, left ear squeeze and right ear beepy at the same time. Okay, so whatever that means for you, skyrockets. This could have to do, we have a waxing gibbous moon. That means we are gaining momentum towards that peak of the top of the roller coaster for the full moon on Saturday. Our dreams are gaining momentum. We are building. We're super close to achieving the goal. We need to stay on course here, stay the course, and tweak and hone in on any fixer-uppers or any little tweaks we need to make. We would be doing that now. That's interesting. And then I wrote down here because we do see this 27 degrees here of Mercury, the planet of communication, and Pisces energy is going to be meeting up with the nodes of fate here. The North Node is in Pisces. So we'll see that energy conjoin here at 9 p.m. tonight. So I was like, there's this kind of a feeling of a lull or a calm before a storm kind of energy, you know, when you can smell in the air that it's going to rain. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my heart like a new emotion. Okay. So On top of that, just to note, this is the third and final time of 2025. I believe the last time was in March, that the node is conjoining the node of faith, the north node of fate is conjoining or linking up here with Mercury. So fated conversations, right? At 3:48 p.m., do note we have another day of a long moon void of course. So, and the moon is going void of course at 3:48 p.m. today. And that is at 27 degrees 19, which is the Sabian symbol of 28, where we are sitting now. I talked about that 28 yesterday in Virgo, honing our will to exceptional levels, not letting the past hold us back, right? And then because we got that dragon yesterday on the earth energy, and we have the dragon here, I said that's the head of the dragon in Vedic astrology that examines the tail, the north node being Rahu and the south node being Ketu. And so the head and the tail, the north node and the south node. So our head is examining, right? We saw that block of the head, the King of Swords yesterday, that was in the block position, and not wanting to look at this past, not wanting to look at the tail. Ketu is just like the South Node, our karmic lessons from our past lives, our intuition, the subconscious, our spiritual growth. And we did have in the environmental energy the opportunity of the devil, the opportunity to look at the tail, the fears, letting go. It's detachment, right? We had to detach, like, so not to become Miss Havisham, we had to detach from that past person, that past experience that has kind of followed us in a trail energetically. And even if we have told ourselves we've released and let go, I feel like this full moon energy is going to be the culmination of that, especially with our final time here with conversations, right? With Mercury, communication, meeting up with that node of fate. And the time that that void starts, I was noting here Empress energy, and then we have the 12, which is also a 3, so 33. The 12 is the energy of the hanged man who puts himself in the tree of life for enlightenment. The Hierophant is already enlightened and he shares his learning with others. In addition, the hanged man, if you think about this full 360 circle, okay, it's going from one end to the other. So he's completely 180'd here. So we may find ourselves there's this lull on making this complete flip. In addition to that, the Sabian symbol, we'd round up to 28, which we're coming back to this 10 of the Wheel of Fortune then. Okay. And Ketu reminds us, he teaches us the importance of letting go of what is not beneficial and holding on to what is, learning from our mistakes to grow as a person. Very much the energetics of today, learning from our mistakes. Okay, green earth energy here, Taurus, and growing as a person, temperance, having that patience, that wisdom over time. Archangel Michael energy. Archangel Michael, we did have temperance come out where we saw that devil on the incoming energy towards you, this fear that is needing to be faced, looking at the tail of the dragon or Ketu. The only card that beats that devil energy, hands down, Archangel Michael and his sword of truth. Okay. This South Node is also associated with unexpected karmic and unconventional partnerships that do not fit, conventional molds of love. Now, so we have this lull kind of at 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock tonight. Then right after this nodal shift here, or this conjoining of the energies, we have the moon entering Libra. And remember yesterday we saw that 6 of Pentacles in the near future. on your side of the energy, and the scale was slightly askew. So I feel like this is what is balancing out for us here. Okay. In addition, I wanted to include some information for you here today about the difference between the mean nodes. And normally there's not a huge difference, but this is nearly an entire degree from the mean or the average and the true node. And um, that's where the no diggity don't, isn't there a line in that song? By no means average, mean, average. Um, it's the way she's got to have it. So a mean, this is kind of a use of the nodes, the positions there, and average where they are, where the true node is a very detailed, energetic, exact science of determining that degree. And that is what is conjoining here. We're conjoining with the true node, the exact degree, and it may slightly differ from what we thought was going to happen, right? This wheel of fortune energy. Now, Rahu, the head, is symbolizing again the dragon's head, and this is like a house. His mode of transportation is the lion. That's right. We had the theme last night or yesterday morning of that 8 card, the lion, the strength coming out first, this balancing out, right? It also encourages us to be strong and keep going no matter what. The dragon's head is in charge of looking at that tail. Is this ambition? Is it illusion? Is it obsession or materialism, right? It's very much involved in the future movement forward, but we've got to look at the past to learn what it is that that south node has brought for us. So certainly let me know if you've got north node in Pisces, south node in Virgo. You may feel like this has been since January. We've been going through it. We're being called, pulled towards our spirituality. And if you have a strong Ketu placement, I've got a stellium in my 12th house where my south node is, and that is very spiritual energy, the guru, the shaman, the guide, the teacher, the healer. Okay. And when we guide ourselves toward that spirituality, we can ease the pains of this Ketu energy. So I just wanted to change it up today, and of course, bring in a little teaching so that you guys can learn along as we go here. Now, the throat chakra, speaking again, fated conversations. Master architect, what are you rebuilding? What are you letting go of so that our stability can flow with more ease? That's what we're going to be looking at today. So, good morning to you all. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in today. Hey, 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 Miss Jonna, Miss Jennifer, Judy, Peggy, Liz, Venus. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Miss Jude, good morning, good morning. Okay, let's go, guys. I'm gonna start today with 17. We had that star energy all over the place yesterday. Intentionality, eye of the needle. How are we going to focus and look at that purple, the third eye, pulling ourselves towards spirituality, focusing on the dream, wish fulfillment? What is that for us? Okay. Let's see where we go. Back to, and it started, and I'm starting back at 1 with self, a tidy house, clarity, and organization. Then I can start to get intentional with this. Okay, very cool. Liking that. Again, that whole day, the last time we had that long spell was last Thursday, I think, even right as we were doing our Thursday night Date Light Live. So don't forget to set your alarms today for 6 p.m. We'll be hosting our date nights tonight at 6 p.m. live. I think it's the 14th. What? Wow, wouldn't that be a coinky dink? The 14 of Temperance. All right, Archangel Michael on the case to balance out that lemniscate is definitely takes a lot of strength, teachability, hollow bone here with these feathers. Our ancestors are trying to guide and help us. The 28 again of that wheel of fortune energy with the tidy house coming back through. All right, let's get a shuffle here. Anybody got any fun plans for today? Anybody doing anything cool? It's kind of rainy and a little bit overcast here. It's only 42 degrees. Okay, there's that 8. Stranger curiosity, magician energy. Um, I think I got this last time that I was talking about the stairway to heaven energy as far as Kashmir, where he goes on a spiritual journey. He's through the desert, right? Um, all these trees here. I'm seeing this very distinct delineation from dark and night. We can see his wings here, kind of dragonfly wings here, double wings. And it looks like there's a little fairy, like a shadow of a fairy behind his head. Okay, now with our 22, the sun moving into the Sabian symbol of 22, that's going to be about taking on optimism, synergy, sharing, and abundance as life principles. And there's our trine of a 3 Empress energy. I love this card. I think it's probably one of my favorite, one of my favorite in the deck. They're so dang cute. That mouse energy, is that the take a gentle approach or look at all the fine details, grace and generosity, benefactor. Why is that? I feel like, is that the angel number? Let me look, guys. Oops. 419 today. Find assistance. When you ask for what you need, you get support. So there's so much going on right now, and your angels notice that you've been trying to do it all yourself. Their support will come in the form of selfless helping hands around you. Grace and generosity, a benefactor. And then the communication, look at that, and the environmental energy. There's that, our pink roses that we were seeing in the cards yesterday, and that energy that was coming down, like coming down the other side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, and coming down. So we'll be at the height, the full light of the moon. So something is culminating here when we're sliding back down. So after Saturday, when we're coming down towards the dark side of the moon, there may be some kind of reception here. Again, communication that's happy between two. And I wrote faded conversations. Maybe this conversation is something that is needed in order to like finish this lemniscate, and see how there's fire on one side, and then we have the water here, and then this air energy on the other side. Conversation, swords, passionate conversation, perhaps. The gate to the garden of desire. It's like the gates open and flying full throttle. Now, I know that's not a guitar, but I just saw a guitar here. So for anybody that helps, and his wings here again. So it's like, yep, there's that sort of truth that we were looking at yesterday in another 10. Confidence in your magic. This is what finishes that balance. The King of Swords that was the block is coming in here. Archangel Michael's sword of truth that beats the devil, that beats the fear. This truth, this conversation, even if it's a message from spirit, look at the color energetics here. Okay. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. Since we are moving into Libra, I want to get my nosy deck out today. What energy we change in here? Yes, the exhaustion. Oh my God. I haven't, I mean, I've been doing the most. I have been doing a lot. Um, and reverse here, standing ground, looking at a mask, not even shuffling yet. We've been seeing the Seven of Wands. We saw that in the outcome yesterday, looking at our shadows. That is the head looking at the tail. Okay. And we're about to do this. Kind of looks even like these shadows. It's kind of like that dark wolf really examining our own shadow. What has been following us that logically in our mind's eye we feel that we've released or let go of, but we keep looking back. It's this little, the shadow is getting thinner, but it's still there. It's still lingering. There may need to be some kind of release ritual. Well, the full, yeah, it's what we're holding on to here. Four of Pentacles. This past, the 10 of Pentacles, the roots of our connectedness. And we had, I did look up from Peg's, it's going to be forever known as Peg's deck now, because remember yesterday, I was like, I wish I remembered where that unicorn, we had the unicorn show up in the water energy. And I looked in that Joie de Vivre deck, and it was the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, the unicorn, something that is deeply rooted from the past. It feels like a miracle that it's healed. Like it's taken us so long to embrace the new knowledge. And look at that, another mask right here. It's taken us so long. His hands are out here holding this balance, equally holding on to the past and wanting to enter a new mask into the future. And that Seven of Wands that I just put away, she's looked, the head of the dragon is looking down at the tail. Look, the high road looking down below. There were two masks in that card. And that was the 10 of Pentacles in the water energy from yesterday. Pisces North Node, releasing baggage, the 5 of Change, the Hierophant, entering the next step up. Okay. That's where we, yep. Didn't I mention that whole swan song yesterday? And I didn't even realize that Odette and Ivan's story was the moon card, like when I read it, and then what spirit wanted us to know, it's the moon. What nostalgia, what is hiding in the moon? These are actual twins. And the swan song, remember the evil sorceress, that third party, there was something, the sorceress tricked Ivan. Our mind plays tricks on us. The past energies play tricks on us. Those old masks, those old ways of being, the old life principles that we need to release. We want to take on this optimism and synergy. Capricorn energy here with the rabbits. Again, Jupiter, the luck, Gemini. Jupiter is in Gemini right now, and that is a symbol of two Chinese men talking Chinese. So the twins, right? They are from each other's culture, and that's about enjoyment of solitude and the spiritual practice of self-reflection, the head examining the tail. The ivy, the knowledge gained. There's a little bird sitting up top the perch of Harak here. It's something to do with Jupiter, guys. The spiritual practice of self-reflection. When we learn the hard lessons, we share that wisdom and knowledge gained with others. Okay, Archangel Michael can then come in. He's in charge of the soulmate cycle. He also grounds the Earth Star chakra, the past, the pentacles, the roots of connectedness, past life energies. This is a soulmate card. Okay, so we've got our theme here, Queen of Pentacles, sharing in abundance, taking on optimism, synergy, sharing and abundance as life principles. When we share, we get that sharing returned to us from the environmental energy, Queen and King. Mushrooms, communication, all through the forest. It's the interwebs of the forest. And in that deck that I used yesterday, the Hanged Man card, it's the Hanged Woman. She's hanging from a trapeze. She's holding one single pink rose. And I noted our Hanged Man energy, not just for Pisces, but when that moon goes void of course, it's opposing Mercury. So the lull and the communication is getting ready to pop. It feels like, again, like the weather is going to change. And this aha moment, we're gaining momentum here. There's information that is going to stabilize us. Okay. And it's that moment of, I found this puzzle piece that helps bring in our peace. Peace can be with us. Architect building and restabilizing a new cycle. What turns the wheel of fortune in our favor is not having any doubt, confidence in our magic. Oh, shit. 10 to 11. Sorry. Full freaking moon. Look at the steps. Learning this lesson, understanding, unfurling, paying the, I can't make it up, guys. Look at, the mushrooms, the divine matrix. The 24 is a 6 of the lovers. And then under that, it just keeps going. The dragon is back. Looking at the purple, looking at the third eye is key. Using our intuition here, protecting our future. I also, I also saw, remember when that key came out on the Queen of Pentacles? She is the only card that features a key. And that was unlocking, that can unlock the Ace of Wands, where that whole Miss Haversham thing started. Unlocking the heart, unchaining the heart in order to protect the future. This is important. And it's a 12. Okay. Wow. Man, that 24 energy, 424, I can't get away from the 424. Possibility for union, the yin and the yang balancing out because you took the steps towards your truth. The King of Swords is righted because we don't have any doubt anymore. We get it. We understand the aha. And then Archangel Michael arranges the soulmate. Then that next person, that fated person, whether we've known them or not, 6 of Cups is in the energy. That's a deep connection to our past, lots of years known. And maybe that's where, the swan has sung its song. But it is, again, the energy of the twins, the self-reflection. Did we get the full lesson from that? Can we really close out the cycle if we're still in an energy where we're hanging on to a story? The story about it needs healed, guys. Just wow. And look at all these colors. Red, orange, yellow, roots, fears, creativity, up to yellow of the solar plexus chakra. Yesterday was the green heart chakra. Today is blue throat chakra communication. I get it. These all go together because the threes are going to be bookending the 33 of the moon moving void of course in Virgo, opposing just like the nodes do. They're across the street from each other, sister signs, opposing communication of Pisces, the OG, the 12th house. 12th house is our house of past life karma. Okay, this is coming around. This is swinging back around big time. Big time. This feels like big deal energy. The gate is opening. The key was the Queen of freaking Pentacles. Okay. Got my whole deck upside down here. Okay, in order to, it's my second favorite Five of Cups, my first favorite Five of Cups, and any deck is from the Mermaid Tarot because it's the realization of it's the and. I can still appreciate the joy, the lessons learned. I can hold on to the love and I can leave the pain behind because full moon is about forgiveness. Even if we don't love whatever that was anymore, or they don't love us, they're not connected, she's not paying attention to the spilled milk. She's looking at this one cup, Ace of Cups, her own. And then it appears out of the sky with a bluebird of happiness as if by magic. But it's not. It's because you're focused back on your heart's cup. Your heart chakra opens and they're so far away. Even though it's in the moon, we weren't releasing what was hidden in our moon yesterday. Shut the front door. Finding a puzzle piece to our peace. And this is Archangel Michael here, the crane energy, holding the heart, balancing this out so we can release, forgive, let it go, and take the love and what was learned there, even if it was just to, it's wake ups, guys, are startling. And often the water is calm here. Often it's zero fundsvilles, and we get stuck in that Three of Cups of regret. That, Five of Cups is old energy. It's fixed. It's stubborn Scorpio, but she's not doing that. She's looking on the renewal. Scorpio is the king and queen of regeneration. I eat change for breakfast. Sagittarius energy, fire and water. Fire and water, the gates of our desires are unlocked. The high priestess, the top of the tree. I can see the forest for the trees. The light bulb, communication, the aha, the sword. I get it. Okay, this feels like quite the reading today. Wow. What do you think of them apples, guys? Those swans, Peggy, I know. And especially on the spirit animal oracle deck, that swan, she has all those pink flowers. What is that swan card? I might have to look. Ange, can I turn my deck? It's this 180 thing. I keep wanting to stay in the past. This is about not letting the past die. It's following us. We still have this knowledge to gain. The bride, Miss Haversham, cannot stay in that crotchety old house, guys, with the clock stopped. Discernment. There's another sword of truth here, leaving the past in the past. Those are stone statues. They are not going to become human again. Page of Cups, again, looking backward. Page of Cups was the theme with the 8 card of strength, being able to look at the past skeletons and opening up our heart's cup, filling our green heart chakra, opening it up to new, taking the lessons, looking back, feeling the feelings, finding peace to take with us moving forward into the future of the sun. It's hazy right now. King of Cups, Scorpio. We did that black moon Lilith, I'm telling you. Yeah, on everybody that we love and that loves us. The ever turning dream on. This is continuing from yesterday here. Justice there. There's our strength. That eclipse energy, that Aries eclipse was the final countdown. That was the door being closed for us on anything that was not still in balance so that we can get our head and heart aligned in the chariot. The head has to align with the tail. Yin, yang. We have to make peace with our past so the new universe, our new world, can be opened up to us. Judgment call, taking just the life of it, what we need. This chartreuse, again, green heart chakra, she could be flying away fast, but this is, we have stayed too long at the party and there's barely anything left. Never be the last to leave. It's not a good look. How do my cards get all topsy-turvy here? The moon, emperor, I mean, this is crazy. Okay, let me get resorted back here. Man, certainly if they come out topsy-turvy, that's fine, but I read both of the energetics anyway. So, all right, let me get us. There's the hanged man, hanged woman. Okay, apologies, guys. This is what it feels like. Is it like it's kind of frenetic energy here? Which way do I go, George? Which way do I go? What's that from? Bugs Bunny? Okay, we cannot stay there anymore, guys. By accident here. We cannot stay there. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? No. Okay, we'll always hold the memory, and even if it crushed us, again, dark nights are not, they're zero fun. But is it worth it in the end? Would I go through it all again to be sitting here talking to you now? 100%. God, this feels real heavy. Okay, I know. I know. It's a big, huge call to balance and truth. Like, if it's something that we haven't wanted to face or box down, right? The pugilist entering the ring, we are measuring up to this challenge to examine our strength. The North Node, Rahu rides the lion. The head rides the lion. Can't make it up. Deep soul tie. Learning the lessons. Queen and King of Pentacles. This is what comes in for us. The gate to the garden of desire. The Queen of Pentacles held the key. The key to the Fabergé egg of the Nine of Swords that destroyed our self-esteem. Your own abundance, your own learning. Oh, I'm getting like squeezies on my heart, guys. The Nine of Swords. From yesterday, the she holds the key. This is the map out of the prison. If we stop looking at the past, there's not a damn thing. I just want to be like, stop it. I know it's so hard. Logically, we know this. When this aha comes in, remember the 9 is the end. You don't have to put that last sword in. You can jump to the knowledge. I mean, look at this. The 11, Temperance, Archangel Michael's, the sword of truth heals the devil. He conquers the fear. And then here comes in the king and queen, what I said. I don't know whether to cut or not or keep going. Oh man, the healing of the divine masculine and feminine. I cannot cut. I can't do it. Okay. Oh shit. The 10 of the day, the fates. I can't cut. There's a tie that we can't seem to cut, guys. The three sisters of fate, the full moon. She sees all. High priestess energy. We see the park at the top of the moon's roller coaster. We see the entire park. There's another clock here. It's time. Let's please let this go once and forever. Take the love from it. If the grief is there, that's evidence that love was present, or else there's no grief. We don't cry over what we didn't love. Okay, but we need to step into a new love. We need to step into partnership with ourselves, and then our equal comes when we fill our own heart's cup. This is y'all right now. You're right here. I need you not to have any doubt. This is going to restabilize everything. The King and Queen of Pentacles are the most stable. They're the seniors of the batch before becoming the Emperor and Empress. Okay, I still got all turned around, so I don't know what in Mount St. Helens, but we're just going to roll with it. Okay, so no longer wiffle waffling back and forth. This is where she has no voice. Her head sitting down in her clavicle here. This looks like my Ace of Wands pot, toil and bubble, toil and trouble, whatever that is. Again, Bugs Bunny. And the Archangel Michael's that holds the heart in the Temperance card, the puzzle piece. Because we're not waffling back and dipping back into that future yesteryear, or this is not being Miss Haversham, allowing the past and the future to collide in the center to even out that lemniscape of energy. Because we were curious and we're not judging of our own shadow. Okay. The opportunity, remember all cards in reverse, the energy is on the table. So they have the opportunity again, the snake that was on the water energy yesterday. This is the opportunity, so future energy. And another crane. This is past life energy big time. This is a huge karmic lesson. We've brought this with us from another lifetime, perhaps even been trying to balance it several lifetimes. And this is the lifetime. Because we need to do this, guys. You're here to help wake up other people. And we can't do that when our vibration is low and we're in sorrow. We're not meant to stay stuck. The Page of Pentacles, you came out as Page of Pentacles, I think Tuesday, and the lead card. So the opportunity here is to integrate this information. Again, the senior of the quarks, the senior of the court cards. All out of love. Why is that coming in? I'm so lost without you. I knew you were right, believing for so long. What am I without you? I came here today to say that I was so wrong. Maybe you're even getting a spiritual message. Like, guys, when you this kind of connection, you talk to each other in the 5D. That's where that That bond is never broken, whether it comes to culmination in the 3D or not. Justice, this balance is this is a call to action. In the past, there was this victory. We're stuck on this victory. This is after a long battle, right? This turning the wheels of fate has taken a long time to get here. But when the situation, whatever this is, when we stop wiffle waffing back and forth, right? Balancing. This is not balanced. One side of the 8 is bigger than the other. There's an imbalance. This is the situation is balancing. And now the opportunity is to integrate the knowledge, but it feels like maybe this is for a reason. This opportunity has kind of eluded us up to this point. It feels like an illude, ILL. It has eluded us, the illusion, what we wanted to get from it. There was an expectation held instead of what is this supposed to show me? Yeah, Emperor in reverse, out of balance, Emperor. That's emotional lunacy. That is, someone being a complete, you know, jerk. Maybe this is the heart of the reading. It's 22. Each person has to have that balance and able for the 4 to stabilize. The other person, if they're still living and this is not attached to a past life, which it still could be because they show up in different meat suits each lifetime to us, the yin is the first to stabilize. When the yin stabilizes, so does the yang. It's this first. You cannot have the union without your own stability. That's how it works. This is the third and final time that communication is going to be conjoining with the North Node of Fate. The opportunity this time is to gain the wisdom. The other 2 times, it was like I just heard like the ball of the bat crack. It went left. What is that, a foul? I don't know my sports. Sorry. Is that a foul ball, guys? I'm all out of love. So lost without you. That was out of nowhere. Near future. Freaking moon. Kicking back the past, taking the lessons from the past suitors, standing on a top hat right now, magician energy. The 8. This is the very first impression I got from this deck was this is the wishing part of the dandelion, and she's ringing a bell here. These are her gargoyles, her spirit guides, protection. Archangel Michael is protecting this new step into the future. This is the third time. This is the time that we learn the lesson. Okay, we're not going to stay Itchy Bay Haversham here. I keep saying Haversham. I don't know why. It's Havisham. The stubbornness is still here of hanging on to that old way. And the whole reading is about stepping into that stability. This person does not come in until we are this person. That's it. And we want to spiritual bypass that, right? We don't want to go through the pain of the loss or of having to learn things the hard way. This is learning the hard way. This is the third time this has been on offer. And now is the time to receive this grace, to receive this energy back. Next step, Empress. But it requires stepping into the new, the 1 foot, the balance. Okay? We can, instead of wiffle waffling back and forth, we have to kick that old loop that was outweighing the future loop. We have to kick that to the curb. Thank you, teacher. What was it here to show me for my own spiritual progression? That's it. And again, if that person was a complete asshat to us, especially if we're stubborn and we need to learn things the hard way, we just got to keep having it reappear over and over and over again. Then this is what this is. That's the only way that we're going to learn, because other things didn't hurt quite enough. And again, I'll keep saying it, when the pain of holding on to this becomes worse than the fear of stepping into this, then we move. It's time. Ding, fries are done. In the past, we saw that yesterday. Lack mentality. This is the block. We're hanging on to the past. Spirit's going, but we're trying to show you. We've tried to show you these we've tried to communicate before. We've been telling you, look at her eyes. She keeps looking up to get help. And they're like, it's right here. I feel like, because technically I read the 7th card in reverse here, or a shadow element of this energy, that is lack mentality, focused on what was lost, asking for new, but we cannot have new until we forgive this old, until we really kick it to the curb once and for all with love. The 21 card goes in front of the Fool. We can only move forward when we've closed the old. Then the 0 opens up for new. You've been getting messages all along. This is our 3rd time fate is trying to intervene here and be like, here's the door to the church. We've been manifesting, we've been asking. Praying is the ask, and meditation is the listen, but we're not hearing the messages. Well, what does Spirit want us to know? Oh my gosh, we're not seeing what's being put in front of us, because all we're focused on is getting skewered and torn up from the flow up in the past. And look at this, that's the heart that the crane and the Temperance card that Archangel Michael was holding. It is on offer. You are being shown. But when we hold on to pain, that's a lower vibrational frequency. It's staticky. It's like the Fritz the Night. It's when the static comes on after midnight. After midnight, you can let it all hang out. Midnight is 12. That's a 3. Stability returns of the trine, body, mind, and spirit. And look how this references the Fates card, because there's the scissors to cut the timeline. Here's the allotment to measure. And then the moon, the cups, the water energy of holding the knowledge. We can't see love in the future when we're hanging on to pain in the past. Guys, everybody gets skewered. This is stubborn. So hanging on to this. Oh my God. Feminine Hierophant outcome. This is the time we learn the lesson. I just said. She has faces to each side of her head and in the back. Even in the dark, we can see. There's a snake here climbing up her wand, her rod. the energetics of that full moon. And even in the light of the moon, I'm insisting that I can't see. It's because of this. What have we not processed or truly letting go of, even if in our head we have said we have? Oh my gosh, I can't make it up. Okay, so in this deck, air signs got the butterfly yesterday. In this deck, the wands are communication. This is communication from spirit. Right here, you have been getting the messages. You have been offered love. You are hanging on to something you thought was fated. It was. You weren't wrong, but it wasn't for the reason that you attached to it. You're attached to the reason. You're attached to what you thought. And this is spirit just like, okay, I asked nicely. I've been like, now we're yanking you forward movement, onward and upward. This is you learning the lesson. This is the third and final time about the interconnectedness of our hearts. And the hanged woman right here with the moon going void, of course, with the 3 at 3:48, the 12. Creativity, the spider web. Okay. I'm my whole body is like tingly, you guys. This is a BFD. Okay. Let's see what this is hanging around us energetically. We got to lift our head up from carrying this old burden. The new energy feels so much better. And I love that healing in this deck. This is already healed. The 4 swords are there, and she's listening to spirit. The crow is holding her crown. There's the 44 of reclaiming our power, the Black Panther, the doves of peace. And this would be that moon, dark on the right, light on the left. We turn down the light of the moon. We can let it all hang down. It's after this revelation. Wow. This is a disseminating moon. This is, balsamic. It gets to that balsamic stage where it's the last gasp, the last breath. These are the lovers in the sky. We're understanding that connection will never die. But what we haven't let go of is the attachment to the story of it. Smoothing out calm waters here, even though this is swords, air, the transformation of hearts in air. Right here. Cardinal air, Libra. The moon shifts to Libra tonight. Justice right underneath that. That's the opportunity fueling the knowledge. This time we will heal. This time we will learn. The balsamic moon with these lovers, the final gasp, Odette and Ivan. We thought we were tricked. It felt unfair. Why has God forsaken me? I've been praying, I've been praying, I've been praying. I believe that, but we haven't been listening. And that's okay. It's not an accusation. It's just the energy of the cards. If it's not your message, don't take it. You've been ready, guys. If this is for you, you've done been ready. Balance has been offered before. Victory and balance has been offered. And it's like this little guy here, this policeman just putting out fires left and right. And we've got swords and a heart on one, knowledge and a heart on one set of hands. It's like is that Vishnu, the elephant god? We had an elephant on the fire card facing west, facing the past. We will never forget that person. We will never forget how that energy feel. We will never forget how it made us feel alive and woke us up. There's a keyhole. I think that's a cup holding that book. Also, the Vesuvian man, that there's more arms to that. Heavy, heavy past high. And then remember that the horse was the one running forward in the future action. And the raptor that came out on the Earth card, right? South Node, the raptors are the ones that, you get mad at in all the dinosaur movies because they just want to ruin everything. They're predators. This past has been a predator to your future. The wisdom of the heart will prevail. We cannot allow that raptor to just gobble up any of the good that this was supposed to bring in for us. Yes, it was supposed to happen, just not for the attachment to the outcome that when we didn't get it broke our heart. And then we went all Miss Habersham up in that shit. Well, then I don't want anything. If I can't have it that way, in the way that I thought that was going to go, then she's mean to everyone, right? She delights in teaching her daughter to be cold and to terrorize poor Pip. And that didn't, if you know that story, great. It's great expectations. Our expectations will crush the future every time. The whole heart of the energy coming towards you is to please put this down. It's about looking at the shadow, not being afraid, confidence moving forward in our magic, in our way to communicate to spirit. They've been communicating. And now we're getting yanked in order to protect the future. Guys, without your higher vibration, how are we supposed to change the energetics of the entire planet? This is about healing hearts, learning love, taking on optimism, sharing, and abundance as life principles. That's what turns the wheel of fate for us this time. We're looking up from whatever we've been carrying that we thought was fated and seeing the map, that the map's been in front of us all along. We were praying for it. We just weren't receiving. We weren't surrendering. We weren't listening. And what Spirit wants you to know is this love is on offer. The gate to the Garden of Desire is opening up. The 4-4 was a portal energy, 44. Okay. 4 swords, 4 cups. Opportunity to heal this, to sew up those wounds. Eye of the needle, intentionally sew up the wounds. Set them down. Ace of Wands is waiting. Passion, desire is waiting. Near future, knowledge again. I believe it's time for me to fly. Even if we have to allow spirit to kind of drag us there, it's okay. Spiritual enlightenment, the Hanged Man. Blocked from the past, I don't want to hear it. Page of Swords. Gossip. This page is the freshman. She knows nothing about love. She just observes. She's the collector of information. And we weren't having it. 9 of Swords, justice, more energy, all in the past. The blocks. Our head. What Spirit wants you to know about what's coming towards you, ultimate wish fulfillment. This is the only deck I have where she's holding another person's head or face. Healing this. Healing that 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is healed in that card. We are no longer, the Three of Swords was the heart of the reading yesterday, how we have sabotaged and broken our own hearts. Page of Swords, the Sun, Nine of Wands. It's exhausted. We're freaking exhausted, guys, from this lesson. That's a lot of mental energy focused on what we cannot change. The wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to understand the difference. Spiritual enlightenment. She's all torn up. She is tattered and torn. But instead of going back for another round into the 10 that we then still have to set down, do this now. Turn the leadership the other way now. Like the stubbornness is your biggest enemy. If this is for you. Eight of Pentacles, becoming an expert. Look at the checkerboard. Where was there another checkerboard? Oh, near future. This is chess, not checkers. You become the expert. You become the chess player. You know now how to go towards the sun and up and out of that Nine of Wands and not repeating a pattern again. It's like, I know you know. My mom used to say, I know you know, but do something about it. This ever-turning dream. There it is. The ballerina on one foot. The ballet, Swan Lake. There's our strength coming in. Stop resisting. Here's the surrender. Surrendering to the lesson of that Aries. Well, Aquarius is transformation, but this was the Aries eclipse, the final time. The lesson that started July of 23 was supposed to finish in January of 25. And this is those of us who are getting dragged forward because the stubbornness of not doing that ourselves and putting that to bed, and therefore blocking this beautiful energy that's been it's like a done been trying to come in. But all Susie Woo Woo here, Susie Woo Woo pants, let's, no, stop. Not a damn thing you can do but forgive ourselves, forgive that person. Thank you, teacher. Balancing out our energy, using discernment to know the difference, the wisdom to know the difference. What's the angle here? What do I need to learn about reciprocity? Here's your ever-turning dream. This is basically star energy when it's combined. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles is our Eight of Pentacles. Expert, knowledge gained, wisdom learned, Hierophant. Boy, isn't that just beautiful? And here comes the King of Cups. Here comes the love as promised. Even through destruction. Even through destruction. That's the only way to create new. Let the old go. Kind of blown away here. Are you ready to take the key? You've had the key here all along. And if it's not this unification of your own yin and yang energy or physical, tangible 3D partnership, depends on our ability to stop clinging to the bumper of whatever that was. No more Miss Havisham. Watch that movie. Read that book again. It's a canon for a reason. I'm still shaky, guys. Wow. Okay, coming back over to the chat. I love that you guys take care of each other while I'm in the zone. Wow. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So with today being the path of tradition, and we have this fated conversation, whether that's a fated conversation, we're finally listening instead of continuing to ask, we're listening about this healing, how we've been continuing to skewer our own bluebird of happiness, our own future by hanging on to whatever we saw as a victory in the past. It was fated, it was destiny. Again, you're not wrong. But what was the lesson of that? We're just attached to the 3D outcome that we wanted to happen. That's all. Be spirit. Sweet results await. Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Sharing in abundance as life principles. 61 might resonate for some. Double 77's back again. Shut the damn door. What the French toast. Look at all these dice in the center. There's a 5 on from that baggage, the water, the emotions, the emotional baggage. Using the help of the community, bee spirit, Mercury. There's bees all over my Mercury card from my, that's underneath the plastic now on my motherboard. Communication. That's either from spirit or from a person. There's a 46, another 10. Let it shine. Wow. This little light of mine. Okay. We've got to be responsible for our own mental health, guys. It is not easy. I have not been without pain in my life. It's not easy, especially if something is sudden, a sudden change. Let spirit be your guide. There's the change there. We're allowing them to take us this time. It's like, I surrender. Well, it's about damn time. Feel like our guides are saying that, whoever this is for. I mean, especially when something's sudden, 35-year friendships, and then all of a sudden they're not in your life anymore. 35, that's an 8. And the mirror energy to 53. It's a shock, right? And grief is not, it is cyclical. It's not just a straightforward process. Sometimes we think we're fine and then we're boohooing uncontrollably, and it could have been years ago, right? Wow. You guys are magic, I swear. It's why I like going live. This is nuts. A good nuts. But I do feel skunk spirit, know your worth. That's a 9. Stop it, right? Stop being, again, quit, skunking on everything, and anything new that tries to come in, we push away. Take the leap of faith, a 30 that's protected from spirit. The strategy, little 4-leaf clovers all up in here. His little emperor hat. Turn this frowning emperor upside down. Okay. Being loyal to what we love. Dog spirit there. Okay. So we've got a no freaking way. Open to infinite possibilities, the infinity loop. It's a 59, which is a 14 of the temperance energy, excuse me. It brings in this, where you're going is better than where you've been. You've got to trust this. It's a regeneration, a growing of a new leg. Okay, that's for everybody. That's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, that's going to be for everyone with that grasshopper spirit. Can't leave that behind. And those special path cycles, the 19 that started Sunday, cycles. Monday was notoriety, 6 of Wands. Tuesday was connection, the special path of connection. Okay, Aries through Pisces. No diggities, no doubt, guys. Throat. Fated conversations, advice, Aries through Pisces, this fated conversation, whether it's from spirit and we're finally hearing it, we're finally getting our vibration up enough so that they can connect. When there's too much static, guys, we cannot get the messages. It's too hard for them to get through the veil, right? Aries, be fearless and bold. Honey Badger, don't give a F. There's the 4 of the Emperor, the heart of the frickin' reading. And all that Emperor talk with the 4 corners. Okay. Be fearless and bold. This is if it wasn't scary, the strength card, there wouldn't be a need for Archangel Michael to defeat the devil. Okay. Be fearless and bold, Aries. Taurus, what about this fated conversation? I like the daisies. Might want to look up I don't know what kind of feather that is. If you know, look up spiritual significance of badger, also of daisies. I'm seeing the turquoise there, that beautiful blue, bejeweled. Okay. What about for Taurus? Taurus, the Hierophant energy there. What about this fated communication? Taurus, please. Guys, tonight I'll be answering your questions on our date night. Okay, Taurus, a rebirth is assured. It came out for the protection message. High Priestess energy, not wanting to see. 5, the Hierophant. Okay, not wanting. Yeah, I know, Ange, but I don't want to know. Okay, the Hierophant learns the lesson to go up the stairway to heaven for union of yin and yang. It happens with the yin first. Okay. So maybe your yang is just is following behind. It's not quite in agreement yet. Maybe you have surrendered, but Taurus, you haven't taken action yet on whatever this fated conversation is about. Gemini, Seahorse, 8 again. That is the Chariot and the Mermaid deck with the couple that is horsing up or saddling up the seahorse. Watch and wait. I did mention the Gemini twins, enjoyment and solitude, enjoyment of solitude, and the spiritual practice of self-reflection. Watch and wait when you do this. It balances out. I don't know why I wanted to look at the bottom. I didn't on the other ones. 88. 1988 may resonate. Slow and steady wins the race. Cancer, 4th house. Guys, that took me a minute. That was a lot. Thank you for liking or double tapping your screen there. I appreciate you. Whoa, God, what are you thinking of this, you guys? Is it resonating with anyone or anybody that you know? Oh, Peg, it's sunny and 66. I like the double sixes for the 12. Yeah, exhaustion. I can't believe that showed up in the environmental energy. Absolutely. Oh, gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, that was a song that which one? Wow. Okay. Supposed to find you turkey. You'll have to let me know what I'm not sure what song. I had quite a few of them there. Cancer. Okay, and reverse 66. Stop it. I told you you're co-creating with me. Oh, and I just noted I was looking at Peg's. She's like, it's 66 and sunny in Vegas. And I was like, oh, I like that. It's a 12. We've been talking about the 180. And look at this white raven, trust in the magic, right? Mars in Cancer at the Sabian lesson is a storm in a canyon, facing a crisis philosophically and metaphysically. We're not trusting in the magic. The magician, stranger curiosity. This is a double digit number. I know you're going to look up 66 in the angel book. I'll try to remember to post it on my graphics. Cancer, you're not trusting. All right. Hummingbird 34. Leo. Wow. Okay, Leo, what is advice for Leo about this fated conversation? Cancer spirit's talking to you. You ain't listening to these blue ribbons. Look at that. And I was noting here for Gemini on the Badger here, that stubbornness with the turquoise right in the center. So this is a shift for me. Shift your energy because you are getting the messages, but there's some kind of something we clinging on to here. It's clinging on to a boo-hoo about. It's painful, guys. You don't have to live in the pain forever. That is optional. Leo, snake in reverse. Snake came out on the water sign. 55, double change. Double Hierophant. The 10, Wheel of Fortune. Time to heal. Leo, it's time to heal. Fixed energy there, but we're not doing it. Yeah, there's a protection message that goes there. This and that are true. There's a judgment call needing to be made that would heal this. And we're seeing something as black and white instead of this and that are true. We can still love that person. We can not love what actions they did or did not do, or expectations they did or did not fulfill. And when we have expectations, we throw static on the energy. Okay. Keep seeing that Fritz the night owl, those glasses. The owl. Oh, the owl came out, I think, for fire with the heart on his belly. Too much static, Leo. Clear your energy. All right. Let's look at Virgo. Virgo energy advice for Virgo about this fated conversation, please. Ooh, my ear. Oh, okay, 2. Another 5 of change. Like for Gemini, nightingale spirit, love is all around. It's trying to amplify. Virgo, it's trying to sing its song for you. Look how damn cute that little nightingale is. And all the music notes around. We were just talking about music. Love is in the air. Every time I look around, the elephant that was on the earth of the past. Virgo, South Node. Learn from the past. I feel like that's for all of us because this is what the whole reading is today, about that opposition with the moon being void of course from 4 to 9, and then the conjunction of the North Node with Mercury. Then the communication clears. There's that 4 of Swords panther that's up in that tree, reclaiming your power. Another double number there. Okay, that's auspicious. We are seeing all those 8s balancing out. The garden gate of desire is open with the healing. All right, Virgo. All right, advice for Virgo here. Moving to the fated conversations. Advice for this fated conversation. Sign or symbol maybe that you will see when this conversation or this communication from spirit, this Eight of Wands is coming in. The aha moment. Libra. Lots of fours. 6. Okay. Jumping around. Libra's jumping around. Sometimes life stings. 64, the 10. Hanging on, they're jumping around between like, yeah, I'm over it. No, I'm not over it. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm not over it. Focusing on the balance. Remember yesterday we saw the scale askew. Okay. And in the justice card energy over here in the past, it's putting out too many fires. Maybe we're focusing on putting out other people's fires for them and not our own energy. What stung? Perhaps a fire energy. Another 10. Look at that. 10-10 portal, October. I mean, that's Libra, October. Be generous of spirit. Synergy, sharing, and abundance opens the gate of desire. It's like closing down that gate because of a past injury. Okay. Uh, okay. That would be for Scorpio. Giraffe spirit. Scorpio is not yet seeing the big picture. 29 is an 11. See the big picture, the protection message there. Crossed by frog spirit, clearing out the clutter. The 10 wheel of fortune, holding the knowledge, the high priestess energy. Okay. There's too much clutter, too much static for us to see the bigger picture yet. Okay. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Did not mean for this to be an hour and a half again. I was like, it's going to be quick because we're meeting tonight for a long time. All right. Sagittarius, reverse armadillo, a 3, set healthy boundaries. So the protection message there was that looking at those 7 of Wands, right? I feel like if those 7 Wands, if we're not taking that higher stance or higher ground, then we may repeat a cycle. I would also look up spiritual significance of these animals, guys, to help us further. I'm not getting a whole lot of like just setting healthy boundaries, the hard shell, right? Maybe we say or we sound badass or harsh, but then when it really comes to it, we're all gushy inside. That's fine, kind of Cancerian energy, but especially with the water backing this up, there's that dang 24. Bring your ideas to life. There's some kind of energetic block there, Sagittarius. Or we need to put up and protect our boundaries, set energetic blocks before we leave the house. Capricorn, Bobcat spirit, another 8. Life is a mystery, Madonna vibes. Everyone must stand alone. I can hear you call my name and it feels like home, just like a prayer. Time to collaborate, the puzzle pieces of Temperance. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Definitely a lesson for everyone, guys. Daddy Saddy. And Uranus and Saturn rule Aquarius. So this is this transformative energy. Life is a mystery. Let the mystery be a mystery. We don't have to know everything. We only get a chance once a month, guys, to see the forest for the trees at the top of that coaster. This is coming up. Don't waste that energy. Don't waste that view. Okay. Aquarius. 6713, death and transformation, Pluto. That's where Pluto's sitting right now, turning knowledge into wisdom. This is the whole reason for this. Bringing confidence back to our magic to protect the future. Facing our truth. Okay. Crossed by the 9, watching our words. Aquarius can definitely be harsh with their words. They can close off their heart if they just convince themselves to pretty easily. Might be a moon in Aquarius there. Consider your moon, Venus placements, and definitely, of course, our sun energy, but your progressed sun as well. If you're past 30, there's the mouse. If you passed 30 for our last one, the Pisces of the mice, the mouse. Grace and generosity, tend to the small things. Another 4, heart of the reading. Secure your foundation. Oh, bring it back to and started back at 1. I was going to say bring it back to the beginning, and we got Brian McKnight's, and I'm starting back at 1. Time to reconfigure. Allow Archangel Michael here to give you this puzzle piece for your peace. And it all starts back at 1. It starts with ourself. Trust in the divine detours. Just because it didn't turn out exactly like we had hoped it would, that was our attachment to our expectation. And it's hard, I know. I always see that as a walnut. Ant spirit, time to get all the P's and Q's aligned, guys. Wow. 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 Turn knowledge into wisdom. This transformation of Pluto, guys, is hitting. It is in the 3rd degree. It's at 40 minutes, 40. Wow. It moves so slow. And this is a major. This is a major lesson, guys. 3 degrees, 40. Wow. Okay. Guys, go ahead and ask any, you're so welcome. So sweet. It was an owl feather. Was it really? Where was that at? Liz, that was on in the Badger and the Emperor card. Honey Badger don't give a crap. The Owl of Wisdom that came out for Earth, learning from past life lessons. Okay. Wow. Anybody have any questions about today? 88, your grandfather passed. That could be the person trying to get messages to you. Wow. Wow. Text 2 about the turkey. The turkey card that was on the split. That was about, let's see here. I'll look real quick for you because off the top of my head. Ask me anything, guys, if you want to. It's the 61, the 7, give with gratitude and grace. That was our original back to the king and queen of the Queen of Pentacles, shifts and balances first to bring in the King of Pentacles. Potential for manifesting a rich reality when we align with abundance that's happening now. The gate to the garden of desire depends on us unlocking the Queen of Pentacles within our own self. Okay. We do that through grace and gratitude. Anything else? I love the questions. A Thanksgiving promise. I love that. Aw, he was supposed to. We did a fried turkey one year. Oh my gosh, my brother-in-law is a chef, and it was so freaking delicious. It was so good. He butterflies them now and does the. It's so much better. It's the most moist turkey you've ever had in your entire life. So good. Like, I cannot eat any other kind of Thanksgiving turkey because of that turkey. The men out there only want to cuddle. Oh no. Welcome, Taha. I hope I'm saying that right. Hiva or Eva. The horse keeps saying hi. Off to the races. Let's move forward into that future. We can still take the memories of the elephant looking back, and we take forward with us the love. And it is hard when we have so much grief to work through. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. And it's proof that love was present. So take that for what we will, guys. What a big reading this morning. Didn't expect that. Thought I was just going to do a little flyby quickie today, and Spirit had other ideas. So we go with what the energy is. I go where I'm told. Um, this is all about our regeneration and being open to the possibilities of a leap in the future, guys. Wow. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys at 6 p.m. tonight, as long as the Void of Course Moon doesn't F with my subscriber art spotlight again, like it did last week. That is always up at 5. And that was the first time it was not, because YouTube was not keeping any text that I typed in. So hopefully we'll have an easier time tonight. But let's trust this magic moving forward, guys. We've seen him. He's resurfaced. He was coming out for a while, then he disappeared. And now this cashmere energy is coming back, being curious about this spiritual quest. I did a graphic on cashmere. It was all the cinnamon colors. I think it was an orange day, so that would have been a 2-day. And it had the cinnamon background, and I put the lyrics up to cashmere. So if you don't, it's so sad if young people don't know that song, but it's okay. Look it up. It's on my page. It's on my post. Okay. If that might help you a little bit more here on this little cinnamony looking, the spice that we've been looking for, the quest, the spice of life is trying to come back in for us. Okay. That's exactly what it feels like. We're getting happy again. It's restoring confidence here and bringing ourselves to the Queen of Pentacles, that is unlocking the gate to the Garden of Desire. Mm, mm, mm. Love you, mean it. I thought so too. You're so welcome. Love you guys. See you tonight. Bye-bye.